Don't let your kids watch it!
Welcome everyone to the TheUndercoverBrony Reviews. The episode reviewed today will be
Portrait of a Princess, written by Janie Hall. So, out of the 3 episodes we've reviewed so far, this one has got to be my favorite. This was a wonderful episode.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. If you can't tell, we're on a new taping session because my shirt has changed, and it looks like so is John's. He's also got the hat.
I have the hat again. It was stuck in the car. It was a complete mess, but we got it cleaned up, and we're all good to go now. So today's episode is called Portrait of a Princess, and I have to say, number one, it's got my girl Zip in it, so it's always fun. But the other thing about it is, I do have to say one of my favorite aspects of G5 so far is the interactions between her and Pip. And having that sisterly bond. They're so at odds with each other a lot of the time, but at the end of the day, they're still sisters, and I love the dynamic between the two of them. This one starts off with Zip basically saying, "Oh, we're having you do a portrait day." Pip's obviously eating up all the attention she can get. She's on Clip Trot, which I guess is this universe's version of TikTok. Which,
Clip Trot, yeah. I wrote that down. Yeah.
But literally, she's absorbing all the attention and everything like that. And Zip's just like, come on. Like, seriously, why? I'm trying to figure shit out here, and you're just distracting me. Meanwhile, Opaline and Misty are trying to devise a plan of how to get Zip and Pip away. And Opaline finds out that there was this flower called an ocean lily that, like we were saying, blooms once every decade. So she conjures up with her magic an ocean lily and sends it to Zip's phone. So she's like, "Ooh, I need to go see this. This is going to be awesome." And they're at Main Melody, and Sunny, of course, is asking all these questions, and I do have to say, just a quick aside, is I'm happy that Sunny is wanting to learn more about the culture and the person, rather than just like their physical features or whatnot, because that was very prevalent in the film, and I feel like they're going a little bit deeper into her wanting to learn everything about the characters instead of just who they are. You know what I mean? But she's asking about what's going on, and Pip is just like, "Oh yeah, they put it in the magazine, show it everywhere. They even put it on our money." And I'm thinking, Zephyr Heights equals the United Kingdom. I'm wondering if this portrait day in specific has been every 10 years, kind of like how America does the census every 10 years.
That's what I was thinking too.
So like maybe they'd be able to say, "Hey, the flower blooms every 10 years. Let's do this every 10 years." And it just coincided that way.
Wait, the ocean lily, it's in their first photo, right? But not in their second, right?
Oh, so maybe it's like once every 5 years. Or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Possibly. That would make a lot more sense.
Right. So I'm gonna go back to the beginning of the episode.
Okay.
And say
Quentin Tarantino it.
Yeah. Chapter 2. No, just kidding. All right. I love how Zip is like at the beginning of the episode. Zip is like, we also have that Twilight Sparkle hologram thing to deal with now. And then they just immediately cut back to footage from episode 2.
Yeah.
Hey, remember this happened? Hey, please like this new show. But it's like, this literally happened like in the last episode, and we're like binging this. It's not like you dropped it one every week or something. It's like you dropped 8 at a time. Like, It's weird to think that they'd have to be like, "Hey, remember this?" And then also, it went on so long that I thought they were just going to show the entire scene.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's a bit of a detriment as another aside. I feel like having them all released at once is a big detriment to this show specifically.
Absolutely.
Because the fandom always had it where
Mhm.
one episode would be released that's all fans would talk about for the week.
Right.
But now that it's all of 8 of these episodes, which I think is half the season, released at once, it's like that is literally going to kill the hype much faster now. Because now we know everything, and now people who are wanting to take this one at a time are going to have a lot of trouble avoiding spoilers at this point.
Yeah, I think in general it's a stupid idea.
Mhm.
Like, this is an aside, but like I think that like Disney Plus is really smart, and I think HBO is doing this, where it's like they do one episode, you wait a week, you see an episode, it makes it feel like TV, it makes it feel more of an event that you can like talk about with your friends for the week and like speculate or whatever if you like to do that kind of thing. But it also is smart from like a subscriber perspective, because it's like I don't have a subscription to Netflix right now, but I would probably subscribe when season 5 of Stranger Things came out and then watch all of them and then immediately quit, because it's like, why would I keep this going? Otherwise, I'd have to stick on there for, I guess, 3 months to see the entire show.
Exactly.
So
you
I don't
retain
understand.
Customers.
Yeah. I don't really understand the idea of being like, hey, we're going to spend a lot of money, like, okay, like Lord of the Rings, they spent like $1.25 billion on that show, but they're smart enough to be like, okay, well, we're going to have it last 8 to 10 weeks, not just drop it at once. Whatever.
Yeah. And I feel like Netflix is already, and I know we're on this tangent for a while, but it's important to mention, because I feel like Netflix is starting to feel that right now, because not only have they basically said, if you're sharing, you're going to be kicked off the platform, blah, blah, blah. Or something along the lines of they keep raising their prices, that kind of stuff. If you're not retaining your audience, that's why you're going down. It's not because of some of the more shady things, although that does take a part. The main thing is that people are done with trying to binge things. They want to be able to see things in a weekly format.
I do.
Absolutely. I mean, it helps us with this because we're able to stay ahead and keep ahead. But at the same time, from a viewer perspective, it's not all that great.
Yeah. This episode of the TheUndercoverBrony, you can use promo code NordVPN to have it. Just kidding.
Yes, we don't get sponsors yet. We're not that popular.
No. Yeah, use promo code Zip now for 10 weeks free of. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I totally living overseas, it's like I got used to being like, oh, well, I just have NordVPN, I'll just download everything. I don't have to have a subscription to anything. This is wait, I didn't say that. What? No.
No.
But yeah, I feel like that sort of thing though with the recap might be more excusable on a weekly airing program, but not one where they drop 8 bingeable episodes at one time.
Exactly. So moving on, Zip gets that ocean lily picture, and she's like, "Hey Pip, you look at this. It's an ocean lily. You get to come see this." And real quick before this, there's a couple times where she is called Zephyrina Storm, being once by Pip, and she's like, "Only Mom calls me that," and then she tries to dip, and now when her mom comes in, she's like, Zephyrina, and she's like, okay, fine. And I feel like that's the sort of thing where all of us as kids can relate, because I know, at least with my parents, that if I got called by my first and middle name, I knew I was in deep shit.
Yeah, that's kind of a thing. Then doesn't her mom say like Detective Zip? She changes it.
Yeah,
and I was like, Detective Zip? What is that? A thing from the last movie special?
Yeah, I believe at the end she kind of became a detective.
Okay, I kind of forgot that, and I was like, what? I was like, I vaguely remember that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, I do like how, one of the main conflicts from that original special was that she felt like she was being pushed too hard by Haven. And I do like that Haven's at least trying to make an effort to be a little bit gentler, I guess you could say, over the whole situation. But moving on, Zip shows Pip, hey, there's this ocean lily. Let's go find it.
Yeah.
And they tell Sunny to stay in charge of their mom. And she's like, what do I do? Just keep her in the calming music. She won't even know we're gone.
Yeah.
So they go out and they start looking. And here's where the tension really starts to go. The thing that Pip always wants to do is constantly streaming on all the different platforms, such as Dewdrop, Clip, Trot, Ponygram, and then she makes up a fourth one called Feedbag, which isn't even a thing.
Yeah.
But she just makes it up for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
But you have some of the pipsqueaks coming up and saying, hey, you can use this. Hey, you can use that. And she's like, oh, that's so sweet. But Zip is just like, come on. Like, let's just find this ocean lily.
Also, how did that kid know that Zip was a detective? They were like, Detective Zip. Like, is she advertising that? Or how good of a detective is she?
Maybe she came on as part of, like, Hitch's squad. I don't know. Maybe she's just, like, universally recognized.
Okay. That's fair. Also,
yes.
Man, that crab that Zip found in the sandcastle is a dick.
Oh, yeah.
He just showed up and was like, sand in your eyes, motherfucker.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What the hell? Rude?
Rude much? Oh. But they keep going, and the tension keeps getting worse and worse and worse. She's like, why do you keep taking pictures? Why do you keep doing this and doing that? And some of the lingo really made me cringe. Like, I took pictures, but I'm not geotagging them anymore. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have not heard that term in so long. And I wish you had not brought it up from the recesses of my mind because I wanted to forget it.
Yeah. For a detective, I have to say Zip is not very smart because she was like, what if mom sees your stream? And I'm like, well, your whole plan is keep cucumbers on her eyes all day. So like, she's not going to be fucking looking at screens if she's got that on her eyes, but it's whatever.
But speaking of Queen Haven, it switches back to her and she wakes up from her little facelift and Sunny's like,
finally.
I hear you're a really great singer. I'd like to hear you sing. And she sings something called Pony Love, which is a cheesy rock ballad that they rudely cut away from a mere 2 seconds after it starts.
Yeah, I wrote down, I was like, the Queen song was quite a shock. That it just happened in general, but then it wasn't played for a laugh. Like she was really bad was even more surprising because I thought that's where they were gonna go with it. They were like, "Oh, she's terrible." No, it was actually pretty good. It was like some 70s, 80s love power ballad.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Too bad they cut away from it every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
This is another reason why I feel like the soundtrack itself is a little bit better because all of them are the full-length songs and just those songs. So I feel like it's going to help. However, moving along, Zip finds this cave. And I have to say, right here, the argument comes to a big head. And she's just like, I'm just trying to do this. And you're just obsessed with your fucking phone. And I'm just sitting here trying to do my job. And trying to be nice. But you're just too fucking obsessed with your damn phone. And I can't believe you.
I don't give a salt lick is akin to I don't give a shit. Or I don't give a shit. Or I don't give a rat's ass, I guess. It's very interesting that that's a thing.
Yeah. They continue going into the cave. And they find the lily. But all of a sudden, the cave starts collapsing. They're running towards the entrance, and they get trapped. And Zip's trying to dig her way through, which is not working at all. And Pip, once again, is on her phone going, is this gonna work? I don't have signal. I'm just like, oh my fucking God. I know I'm bad on my phone, but seriously, come on.
You are.
Yes, I know. I'm just the worst. Everything comes more to add. and they go their separate ways.
Mm-hmm.
And this particular scene is what got me emotionally.
Ah.
It's when Zip's just sitting there looking at her hoof, and she's like, hoof to heart. And she backs up and sits behind Pip. And in a very quiet moment, they're just like, man, I just wanted to play hooky just one time with you. Thought it'd be fun, but, now we're stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And Pip's just like, no, I guess we're not going to have any portrait day after all. And then Zips starts singing. And it's a song that they had from their childhood that is called Portrait Day. And it's about them, how they're gonna appear in the picture. So don't blink, big smile, that kind of stuff. And I have to say, when I first listened to the soundtrack, this instantly became one of my favorites.
Nice.
Because it's a much lighter song than we're used to from this show. And I absolutely fell in love with it. I thought it was great.
I agree. I thought it was a nice little song, but I'll stress little because for some reason it seems like they don't commit to a song over 60 to 70 seconds in the series. I don't know why, because it's like it's like a staple of the other series that I think at least songs going for like 2 minutes. But it seems like things are cut really short here, at least in the show.
Yeah, I feel like, unfortunately, the movie itself had enough time to be able to forge its own path with the songs. But I feel like they're not giving themselves enough credit in order to actually make these songs any longer. I feel like they're just wanting to play their cards just enough, but they should be doing a lot more than they actually are.
I think Portrait Day is a funny song just by existing. Like the title, it's a song about Portrait Day. Like the song is nice, but just the fact that there's a song about like school portrait day, I think is like a funny concept.
Yeah. But I'm sure, some kids somewhere out there probably have something similar.
No,
to
absolutely.
Kind of
I think
over their nerves and stuff.
Yeah. No, I absolutely think it's a good concept. I just think it's a funny idea. These are like less. I don't know where these notes go, but I have 3 other notes. The last note I'll get to last. But like the other notes that I have are the pipsqueak that shows Pip a piece of coral. I think sounds just a pitch off from Teen Girl Squad.
I miss Christine. I have a crush on every boy.
I don't remember what they said, but like Teen Girl Squad's like a Homestar Runner thing, and it's like,
okay,
oh yeah, mama, or whatever. Okay, that was one thing. The other thing was, so they mention, oh yeah, so the photo that you're talking about earlier that gets sent is sent by Dewdrop, which I guess is like AirDrop for iPhone. I guess, which is weird. Because I couldn't figure out how that one is a horse-related pun.
Well,
because usually it's like clip, trot, TikTok and shit like that, but it's like dewdrop, airdrop.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, even though it's not a pony pun, at the same time, it's kind of rough to hear it as dewdrop because even though it's a reference to airdrop, they don't have iPhones. Maybe Pip does, but Zip certainly doesn't. She has a Galaxy Z Fold 4, okay? She has a full-blown foldable. So
that's hilarious. Yeah.
You need to get your phones right, guys.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm just looking too much into a kid's show. I don't
know. I watched your other video the other day, and I remember you were being like, they're bringing foldables into this? And I was like, it's pretty funny, yeah.
One thing I want to gush about the song again, and I know
absolutely.
I keep going back to it, but...
No, please do.
The one lyric that I love is, you're my best friend, my family. And that right there hit me, because... even though these sisters are diametrically opposite, and even in the episode itself, Haven said at the time when they were younger, they were bonded at the wing. They were so close together even though they were opposite, and it's not so much anymore. And the fact that that is evident in the song is great. One other thing that I have to say is earlier in the episode, Sunny is just like, hey, they're at the Crystal Bright house right now, but I don't want to bring you there right away because it's messy. And I love Haven's response is, I might be a queen, but I can handle a little mess because I'm a mom. And I'm just like, how perfect is that? Because, yes, you are royalty. But if you are a mom, you know exactly what a little mess is all about. So basically, Zip and Pip find a way out of the cave. Pip gets a signal out just enough so that, they can get the rocks from the ceiling, from the cave ceiling.
The pipsqueaks come to save the day.
Yeah, the annoying little shits. I'm literally just I'm not gonna call them pipsqueaks. I'm gonna call them annoying little shits because that's exactly what they are. So they get him out.
I think that's what Lady Gaga calls her fans.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. No, I meant annoying little shits.
Oh yeah.
No, I think she calls them little monsters, but I was just trying to make a joke.
Yeah. They get this seaweed on them, and they fly to Zephyr Heights. Queen Haven and Sunny meet them there, and they take the picture with the seaweed on them.
Yeah.
And and then the Ocean Lily gets to their mom, and I have to say, right at the end when it's showing all the different pictures, and they're doing a little tiny reprise of It's Portrait Day with You Here by My Side, I have to say was wonderful. And the final
that was cool.
scene,
I like that moment. That's really
cool. The final scene is Opaline basically saying, I have to start doing this to my own hand. I have to bring this into my own hooves. Yeah. And it shows the reflection of her turning into Sunny, which we'll find out what that is next episode.
This is my other note.
Yes.
John has watched the next episode. I have not yet. So my note says, I think the ending implies that Opaline is going to use some Chrysalis-style magic to become a doppelganger of Sunny. But it could also mean that she's going to mind control her like some Inside-Out style mess.
Ooh.
While it seems obvious that it's the first of these two options, that second idea could be a really interesting take, and I'm here for it if it's true. But so I won't ask you what it is. My camera's out of focus again.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Yeah. But I don't want to know. I don't want you to tell them. I'm excited to find out.
So I do like that theory. It's interesting. You're kind of going through this a little bit slower, and that's fine as well. But I do like that kind of theory sense going inside of you with that headcanon. But let's move on to the rating for this episode. Me personally, I have to give this a 9. This was a phenomenal episode. It's gotta be my favorite out of these first 3 that we've watched. And all in all, it was a great episode for the bonding of the sisters. It was a great episode to explore their relationship a little bit more along with their mother. And it was just all around a great time.
Awesome. Yeah, I mostly agree. I think that it's definitely a strong 7. Probably a 7.5. Maybe an 8. I haven't fully decided yet. I have to watch them again. But I feel like at this point, the show seems like it's its own thing. It's coming together. Like you said, characterization really takes it up a notch in this one. The song is great. It feels like this could be a thing. Up until now, these last few episodes, I've been kind of like, where's it going? But I totally feel like it's getting into its own beats. It doesn't seem like trash. No, it's pretty good. I like this episode. The last episode is pretty good. I think that I could see it going to good places from here. So hopefully it keeps going that way.
Yeah.
Or at least like
on the up and up.
at least like this instead of like this. So but anyway, we'll see you next time.
Yes.
That's it for you, John.
Yes, and
no, that's it for me, John.
Yes, and that's it from me, John, from the Undercover Brony.
That's right.
Yes, John, last name from the Undercover Brony. And we will talk to you guys later. Peace out, Dragon.
Ciao.